back to Linda's Pantry. So today I'm going to bring you along for another big green egg cook. I've got a pork shoulder that we're going to slow smoke and let this just go all day long. It's kind of a rainy day out. Actually, it's a really rainy day out. I have to go out there with an umbrella, but the big green egg is just chugging right along. I put this pork shoulder on at 6 o'clock this morning, and we're going to have pulled pork sandwiches with some coleslaw, and then later in the week we're going to have pulled pork tacos. So I hope this inspires you to stay with me. Go check out all the links that I've left for you in the description box below, and let's go see how we do a delicious pork shoulder on the big green egg. Okay, so I have this beautiful pork shoulder, and I kept saying it was a pork butt, and I thought that's what I bought was a Boston butt, but when I looked at the label, it was not. And so that's okay. I actually like the pork shoulder better because there's more marbling, and we get this nice fat cap on here, and we're gonna let that really just melt right into the meat. And so what I wanna do with a sharper knife than that is I wanna go ahead and score, if I can. That's a pretty tough little fat cap there. Score my fat cap, and we're gonna score it both ways, just kind of like a ham. You don't have to go deep on it, but we want that meat to really, or that fat to really melt down into the meat. So I'm gonna get this scored. Then I've got Dijon mustard that I'm gonna go ahead and coat the whole thing with, and then we're gonna come in here with some pork rub that I can't mention who it's from, but I'll leave a link in the description box of who I'd like you to go visit and maybe pick up something else from them. And oh, this is going to be delicious. And then we're going to let this sit overnight in the refrigerator. So I'll bring it back when it's all coated and we're ready to set up for the refrigerator. So I got it all scored. Overnight. I've got all the mustard on here, and now we're going to get some of this rub on here, which should be delicious. It smells fantastic. And this is going to be in the refrigerator for, well, I don't know, overnight. I'm going to put it on the big green egg early in the morning. And we're going to let this slow smoke. I'm going to get the big green egg started up as early as I can get it, as long as it doesn't rain. Today it rained all day. It was really hard to do pizza on there, but we got it done, and it was delicious. And so I'm going to flip this over, do the other side. We're going to put it in a container that we can leave it in the refrigerator all night, and we'll cover it tightly with some saran wrap. Missed a spot. And the meat will kind of absorb all this. It'll be delicious. So I'll be back. I'll probably be back in the morning when we're starting up the big green egg.
Okay, 6 a.m. Let's go see what's going on.
Okay, I got the green egg warming up, and it's raining. That's okay, we need the rain. And yesterday I grilled 4 pizzas in the rain, and they came out fantastic. So this is going to be for a pork butt. Come on, you guys, it's going to be delicious. Okay, everything is up to temperature, and we're going to go ahead and actually see it kind of flames up when you open it because it gets a lot of oxygen. I've got a pan with a little bit of water in there. I'll probably change that out and do some beer. So I've got the pork butt on, fat cap up, and I want that fat to just kind of melt into it. I've got a drip pan under there on the center plate. The center plate is feet up, and we're going to let it roast. And honestly, this only took about 15 minutes to come up to about 350, and now I'm going to shut everything down and let her go. So this little doodad, about, half mast there, and then down here I'll shut my, you can't see it because it's still dark, I'll shut my screen down below. Isn't that a thing of beauty? Even in the rain. Okay. So I'll be back when I have something else to show you. Okay, so it's time to check on the pork butt. I haven't looked at it. It's been like, oh gosh, 8 hours so far, but I can hear that the water pan is running low, and so I want to go ahead and refurbish that and see what we got. I'm excited. So here we go. Burp it. Ooh, look at that. Now that's a thing of beauty. Oh, I'm so excited. And it was just about dry, so I was really right on that. So, and I like how the fat cap is kind of split apart, and you can tell that that fat is just melting down into the meat. And so, that being said, we're going to leave this to go for probably 2 or 3, 4 more hours until this is 190, 195, closer to the closer to 200, the better. That bone will pull right out, and you'll be able to pull that meat really, really easily. All right, guys. So excited. I love this thing. All right. Close it up. And it's still full of fuel. So after debating with myself on whether or not to wrap this in foil, I decided I'm going to go ahead and wrap it in foil for the last few hours because I've got plenty of smoke on there. I don't need any more smoke. It's got a pretty dark bark on it right now, and so I want to make sure that I don't get it any darker because we want to be able to eat that. So I don't want a bitter taste on it at all. And maybe the next time I'll leave it without a cover on it or without covering it, but for this time I want this really tender, and all we really need now is the residual heat for the next few hours till it's done. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh my gosh, it honestly looks phenomenal. I could eat this right now, I think. Okay, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and get this all wrapped up, and I've got quite a few layers of foil here. It doesn't have to be airtight at all, but just to kind of protect it, because we're done with the smoke. And it's smoked, it got a solid 6 hours of smoke on it, and I can tell you, for those of you that are on the fence about a big green egg or a Kamado cooker, of how easy they are to use and are they worth the money. I know I won this, and I'm so grateful and so excited, but had I known how delicious everything is and how easy this was to operate, I'd have had one a long time ago. I'd have made sure that I just socked away the money. All right, so this is going back on the grill until it's done. Yum. And we're going to keep that temperature at around 250 now, because we're really not smoking, but I still want to keep the temperature low. So it rained all day. It only stopped about an hour ago. It was raining really hard, and this thing, you can touch it. It's warm. I mean, actually, it's kind of hot now, but it literally held its temperature just fine, where any other smoker, I think, would fall apart in that kind of weather. I know I have an electric smoker, and I've had actually had another smoker by a name brand that I won't mention, that it wouldn't have held up in that kind of weather because it would have been too cold outside. So I'm super happy with this. All right, guys. Okay, so I've had this now wrapped in foil for the last 3 hours. I did not put it in foil until this was on the smoker 9 hours. So it's now been 12 hours. And I can tell you this is irresistible smelling, and I'm just going to unveil this. There's tons of juice in the bottom of this, and I'm really glad I wrapped it because that traps all these juices. And you can see when you can twist your fork like that and pull meat. Oh, and it's been sitting here now for a good hour. Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm so excited. My mouth is absolutely watering. And because of that, I don't think I can resist. I'm going to have a nibble. And then we're going to pull this pork, and I'm going to make you some sandwiches. Oh my gosh. That is outstanding. Oh my gosh, I love this big green egg. Okay, so I've got the end here. I've got my torta roll. I'm gonna dish up some homemade pork and beans, because I home canned these a while back. You can go on my channel and see how I did that. That recipe is delicious. We love these. So we got home canned pork and beans. And then we're gonna have, and that's my other torta roll coming out of the toaster. And then we're gonna have this beautiful, oh, wait till you see it, pulled pork. And it is fantastic. And I'm just gonna show you a piece with the smoke ring. It's still hot. Look at that smoke ring. It's beautiful. It's so pretty. So this is my sandwich, and I'm just gonna pull that apart and put some of that on there. And yeah, I'm using my fingers because it's mine. But, oh, and it's really hot. So let's get a fork and do this. And we'll put as much pork as you want on this sandwich and pile it high, because it's gonna be fantastic no matter how you do it. And then I have homemade barbecue sauce that I did today that you're absolutely gonna love. This is an apple beer barbecue sauce, and look at that. We're just gonna put that right down over, and it's got a lot of pepper in it. It's absolutely fantastic. And if you don't think that's gonna be good, something's wrong. Now we need some coleslaw to go on top. I got homemade coleslaw, and put that right there. Ooh, who doesn't want some of that? Oh my gosh. And I actually have this whole thing upside down, but that's okay. We'll just leave it just like that. Just like that. Okay, so let's give it a taste. And I'm really hesitant to take anything out of here, but here, let's take some coleslaw. I'm gonna take some pulled pork with some barbecue sauce, and got it right there. How about that? That is delicious. It's so smoky and fantastic, super tender. Guys, I hope it inspires you to stay with me on my venture with my big green egg, because I feel so very, very lucky that I won this, and I just want to do everybody justice on how to use it and show that it's really easy. Even a girl can do it. So I did pulled pork today. It took about 12 hours and slow smoked, and it is absolutely fantastic. I wouldn't ask for anything more. All right, guys, I can't wait to see you next time for the next big green egg cook and or something else.